Hi, and welcome to this first video in a series that takes a look at MailerLite, and I'm using this as a way to document my process and document the things that I'm learning as I go through and set up the platform and figure out how things work and actually put my opt-ins in place and try to build my mailing list on this particular platform coming from MailChimp, which I'm trying to transition from and use this as my primary email marketing software. So if you haven't checked out or seen a previous video that I've done where I think it's titled Why I'm Moving Away from MailChimp, I've done that as a primer to these videos, as it's, MailerLite and MailChimp. They are the two free options right now that you can get started with. And lots of people always recommend MailChimp because they allow you to get started and do so for free with up to 2,000 subscribers. And MailerLite has since come on the scene. I was aware of them. I hadn't actually used them, but I've recently signed up and started to set things up here. So in this particular video, I'll be looking at an overview of setting up MailerLite and just looking at their pricing. So you can see on my screen right now, their pricing model is you can get anywhere up to 1,000 subscribers for free, and you can get 1,200 emails per month sent on that plan without having to upgrade. And you get limited features, but the limited features are giving you, the features that they do give you in this free plan is a fully functional automation system for emails. So if I jump down to the feature section here, you'll be able to see that we've got all the things that we need to actually have our opt-ins work. On the right-hand column here are the things that you get in the free plan, and then the paid plans is in on the left-hand side there. They do have some branding that they place on your emails. So their logo is actually placed, I think it's at the bottom of the email. If you want that removed and you don't want anyone to know that you're using MailerLite, then obviously you can upgrade and you can have that removed. Custom HTML editing, newsletter templates, that sort of thing you get with the premium plans. Now, these things don't matter as much if you're just getting started and if you don't really care too much about their logo showing up on your emails. It's only very subtle. I'll show you at some point what that looks like. I'll show you an example email and you can then make a decision for yourselves. But everything is here pretty much that you'll need to get started. And as I've mentioned before in my previous video, one of the key things that's forced me to kind of started to look into other options, MailerLite being the one that I've chosen to go with, is because MailChimp has limitations. And the key thing for me was that their opt-in form is linked to a specific mailing list, and you cannot have multiple opt-in forms for one mailing list. And because I have multiple offers that I want to be able to easily identify where subscribers are coming from and what interests they have, I want to be able to have separate opt-in forms that people can log into, that people can sign up with, and ultimately be grouped accordingly. Now, MailChimp does have groups where you can list out everything. You can predefine the groups and show those as a tick box or as a selection on a sign-up form. That's an extra step for someone to select. And you don't necessarily want to show all your groups and all the interests and the way that you want to be categorizing them. It's okay if you only have like 2 or 3 groups. But if you have quite a lot, it's not going to be practical to have all of them listed on a sign-up form. And it just adds a bit more confusion to the whole sign-up process, because you just want people to jump on there, put in their email addresses and maybe their name, and that's it. So the solution to that is MailChimp allows you to do some editing of the code, which doesn't really, it doesn't make it easy for you to set this up. It's quite cumbersome and it's not something that I want to do. As you can see, the prices here are quite reasonable. You can pay monthly, $10 it starts at US. And if you pay yearly, you get a discount on. So it asks you for some standard details here to create your account. one of the things that it did ask me for is my website. So you do need to have a website from the looks of things. I guess if you do not have a website, you could probably put a social media page or something of that nature. It didn't say this, but you could always reach out to them and check with their support to see if maybe your website is under development, if it's not yet launched and you still want to get signed up. Maybe they can help you out still to get signed up. Now, the process was straightforward. Once I put in my details and signed up, I did get a message to say that they will review it and come back to me, but this was pretty quick. I don't even think someone physically looked at it because it was that quick. And I can't see them sitting around having people waiting just for each sign up to look at their website and to see if it's definite. So you may be able to get away with putting in something, and maybe if you have a domain name and you don't yet have the website up and running, maybe that would work, but I don't know for sure. So once you've signed up, you'll be brought into your dashboard area. I don't have my old email list imported in here yet. I actually want to start this from scratch, and I do have MailChimp still running, and I'll probably wait before I move anyone over into this. So it's not many subscribers, but this is a live account that you're looking at right now. And straight away, it's very easy. You can see it's very straightforward to see where everything is up here in the menu bar. You've got the dashboard link, your campaigns, your subscribers, your forms, and automation. So the dashboard, obviously, from what you can see here, gives you an overview of everything that's going on. It gives you your subscriber count. It gives you the limitations of the plans that you're on, or the plan that you're on. And it shows you some charts down the bottom here, and anything that you've got going on in terms of a bird's eye view of your forms and any automations that you have running. So as you can see, it says 2 forms that I've got live, and I've got 1 active automation workflow going, and I'll explain what that is in just a second. The campaigns section is about any single email that you might create to go out. So here's where you create not an automatic email, but one that you say you want to actually send out a newsletter. You would put that in here. You'd create the email in here, and then decide who you want it to be sent to. You could send it to your entire list, or you could have it segmented based on certain criteria that you specify. The key thing to understand here is that this has only 1 mailing list. So therefore, you don't have to worry about duplications of people coming in from going on to separate lists, like in MailChimp, for example. If you have 2 lists and the same person subscribes on both, they'll be counted twice. And that then adds to comes off your quota for your free subscribers, or you actually pay for them if you're on a paid subscription. So in here, you've got the subscribers. So full subscriber count will be in here, and you can actually filter them based on certain criteria inside this list here. So say you want to select them by, you have things like time inactive, groups, fields, segments, sign up source, sign up date, location, time zone, etc. So if you you might not be able to utilize all of these on the free plan, because I believe it doesn't give you locations on that, but it is still quite a good way to filter with all these options that you have in here. So if you want to just segment your list, you can create, specify those segments there. Within the sub-menu of subscribers here, you've got the segments. So if you create a segment based on the filters that I've just showed you, they'll appear here. Groups are where it's at for this one. So you can create groups. As you can see, I have 3 groups created here, and each group is connected to a specific, or can be connected to a specific sign-up form. So that's where the power of this comes in for me, where I can still have everyone on one list, but have multiple sign-up forms. As you can see, I've got one that's active for free brand training, for example, and I've got another one which is essentially just my standard sign-up. So it makes it easy for you to separate out people's interests and not have to create, random code or do hacks to actually get around the whole thing about having multiple sign-up forms or multiple options on a sign-up form. The fields in here is where you can actually create custom fields or merge tags. And these are the ones that it comes with. But say you wanted to capture some other bits of information that's not in here. For example, I don't see one that says website. Maybe I want to collect website information from business clients. If say that's something that I am having to opt into that requires that bit of information, you can actually add a new field and create it there. So it makes it super easy to do that. You have all your stats here on this particular screen. You can view it for all subscribers, or you can view it as per group. And here you can actually clean up your list. You can look at inactive subscribers and decide whether or not you want to get rid of them, because you don't want to have anyone that's inactive for too long. Maybe they're not opening your emails. You want to clean your list so you only have those people that want to receive your emails on there, and you're not paying for inactive subscribers. So that's it for subscribers. Let's take a look now at forms. So here on the forms, we can create our individual sign-up forms. You can see here that I've got 2 forms signed up, set up already. One is my main sign-up, which is just general. And I'll just bring that up on screen now so you can actually have a look. So now I'm inside that main sign-up form, and if I click preview, I can go ahead and see what it looks like. And as you can see, it's really good looking, nicely designed and customized. This is a fully customizable form in terms of the look and feel, and in terms of the fields that you have up here on it. I have double opt-in switched on, and double opt-in just simply means that if someone signs up through my website or signs up through this particular form, they will get a confirmation email that they need to click confirm to make sure that their email address is correct. And just to make sure that you are getting humans sign up for your email list and not any sort of spam, robotic, malicious software that's actually putting in information to just get on your email list. You have robots that go around and actually sign up to people's email lists. So you want to make sure real people are signing up. And this is where the confirmation email comes in. And it also makes sure that the right email address, the email is going to the right person, because somebody could make a mistake in the email address, or they could just put in a random email address and they don't actually give you their real email address. So this makes sure that whatever they are supposed to get is going to get to them through the email address by having them confirm it. So within this, you can actually set up your confirmation, everything, the sequence up top here. You can set up the form. You can have a look at the stats on this second tab here. You can have the confirmation email that they receive. You can set that up here. So as you can see with mine, I have the subject, please confirm your subscription. I have the sender information. So I've put in my name and put in the email address that is coming from. And I have the thank you page, which you can have this as a page on your website and have it redirect to it, which is exactly what I've actually done. Or you can have it where it's just going to redirect to a page on MailerLite itself, which is basically a landing page, and it's going to give them this message here, so you don't have to redirect it to your own website. So once you've set up your contact form, your email confirmation and thank you page, you just want to make sure that you get the code to embed this on your website. You have 3 options down here: JavaScript, snippets. I use the HTML version of this. So you just copy all of this by selecting copy to clipboard, and you'll need to then have that embedded on your website. If you understand how to do that on your own website, then you can go ahead and do so. If not, then just speak to your website designer or developer and have them have that put on your website for you. Okay, so this is an example of one of the sign-up forms, the one for my free brand training. This is what it looks like embedded onto my websites. So straight away, if someone just fills this in and submits it, it gives them a message to say that they need to check their email. They get the confirmation email. And once they've confirmed it, the email address, they will be sent onto, they'll be added to my list within that group that they came through. So that sign up form is, remember, connected to a group, and that's how that works. Now, the big thing about this that I really love is the automation as well. The other big thing, other than multiple sign up forms, the automations are really intuitive to use. And I'm going to bring you into what's called a workflow, which is essentially a set of automated emails and things that's going to happen. You're going to build out a sequence of events based on how you want people to receive your emails once they've signed up. So if I show you what inside my free brand course looks like, it loads up this really nice looking interface here, which starts with someone joining my group. So if someone joins the free brand training group, for example, here, they then get the very first email straight after, and there's a delay of 2 days. And you can edit the emails by clicking on them here. So this is an email, this is an email, this is a delay or a wait period, which you can customize to days, months, time, specific, or anything of that nature. And you can see that I have the emails in here. I can go in and edit the email by clicking on edit email content. And it brings up the interface for me to actually go in and create the email or type inside it or add different elements such as images and so on. This is taking a little time to load, and I know that it can be quite temperamental here inside Chrome. So I may have to come back to this and show you what that looks like, maybe inside another browser. There you go. So we've opened up this email here on Firefox, and this is a really nice email editor. And I'm a big fan of just keeping emails standard, keeping them looking the way they would as if you were to type them out to someone, and not put too much in there in terms of design and making it look like a web page or anything like that. There's certain situations where those things work, those types of designs work. And there's other times when you want to have just a conversation as a normal person. And in this case, it works perfectly fine. So you have all the design elements over here on the left-hand side. You can put in these blocks basically. So you can have a logo block, image blocks, title blocks, button blocks. So if I wanted to, for example, add this block, I could just drag it in and straight away it fills it in looking just like this. So it's really easy to construct your own email and have it looking great. All you need to do to replace this image is just click the icon there, and you go into the settings, the content itself here, and you can go ahead and change this image quite easily by uploading one to your library. It allows you to upload your images to here. It doesn't really, I don't know if it has anything like a limit on here. I haven't come across that, but anything that obviously you want to use in your email, I should have clicked the X instead of clicking the back button, but anyway, you get the idea. So that's what it looks like. And I need to actually go in and remove this because I did not want it to save that image block. That was for me to demonstrate. This is actually a live sequence. No one's signing up to it at the minute because I haven't put the page up. But I don't want that email to have that block that I've just entered. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that block, and I'll do some more tutorials specifically around setting up these individual parts. So all I need to do to remove this is very straightforward. You've got the delete button there and it auto saves. So we can just come back out of it. Done editing actually. just to make sure it saves it. But it does autosave. As you saw before, I didn't save it and it kept that image block. So the delay is really to make sure that you don't have your emails coming out one behind the other immediately. So if I click on the wait delay there, you have multiple options, including minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, or you can specify a specific time of day or a specific day of the week, as you can see on screen there. And then you can enter the number across here. So in my case, I've got 2 days at the moment for the first, the delay until the next email. And then there's the others are 3-day waits, etc. To add another thing to the sequence, you can actually go in and say, if someone doesn't open your email, or if someone opens your email and clicks on something specific, you can have them go down different paths and have the sequence change as a result. I haven't experimented with that just yet, because all I need for right now is the basic setup that I've got here. So this is great. So far, we have pretty much everything that we need to make sure that we have good email automation in our autoresponder. If I go ahead and open this first, this demo workflow here, to create a new workflow, all you do is click on New Workflow to get to this screen. First thing you need to do is set up the trigger. And the trigger is essentially what needs to happen in order for this workflow to actually get working. So first of all, we need to select the trigger over here. So we have, let's see, 5 options. When a subscriber joins a group, on an anniversary date, the exact match of a date, or when a subscriber clicks a link, or updated field. So the most useful ones in here, I would say, are when they join a group or when they click a link. So say you have someone already opted in that's already opted into your email list, you should be able to have them join another workflow once they've clicked on a particular link. So you can maybe have 2 options in your email to say, if you'd like to learn about such and such, click this link. If you'd like to learn more about X, click this link. And based on what they click, you send them down a different path. All right, so that's it for this video. As I dig deeper into MailerLite, I will be doing some more videos on specific things within it and dive a bit deeper so you can actually pick up some things. If you're trying to get this set up as well, then you can reference my videos. I'm doing these videos, as I said, to document what I'm doing so I can refer back to them if I forget anything, or at least I can sort of like share with you and help you along the way as well. So if you've enjoyed this video, if it's been helpful, let me know in the comments. If you got any questions, also let me know in the comments, and please share this video on social media so other people can take advantage of the content that I've got to offer and the help that I'm trying to give on this these videos here. So thank you, and I will speak to you in the next one. Take care.